Hi there. My thought for today, as we enter this new normal, new way of working, new way of living. I don't know. I hope you're embracing it, but it may be that you're struggling a little to get your head around it. It reminds me about 2 weeks after going into lockdown, I had a bit of a meltdown, and I shared that meltdown, not the actual meltdown, but I shared the experience of meltdown on a Facebook Live a few days later, once I kind of bounced back a little bit. And I was quite overwhelmed actually by the amount of people who just stopped to check in. I had somebody who actually said, "Look, let's have a call. Let's do it right now," and I was fine, but I just found it so amazing, actually, that so many people, some of whom I wouldn't consider myself in their top 10 friends list, but that took the time to check in and ask, "Was I okay?" Now, um, I think sometimes when you are quite extroverted, quite out there, on camera frequently like this, people assume that you're always bubbly and laughing and joking, and to a great degree that's true of me, but it's certainly not always the case. And I really think that experience, although I'm not superhuman, I have certain meltdowns from time to time when things just get on top of me. But ultimately, I think what it's made me realize is that as we go back into this world of ours and start taking steps to normalize our new reality, then there may be wobbles on the way. And in the inclusion work that I do, and when I talk about, I talk in one of my talks, I speak about the fact that I believe that by saying to people that may have, mental health struggles, we say to them, reach out and speak to somebody. Whereas actually, I believe that's wrong. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying more importantly, perhaps, is to observe, take notice, observe deeply what you see around you. And if you see that perhaps somebody's behavior has changed or somebody's acting a little out of character, um, acknowledge that in a very safe and psychologically safe way, and encourage, instigate a conversation with that person to check in with them. Because if somebody's experiencing mental health struggles, for instance, how likely are they to open up and be proactive in seeking out help? Perhaps not as much as we'd like to think. And it kind of perhaps goes with the territory. So I just think that experience for me, when I opened up on that live, and there were obviously enough people that just noticed that something wasn't quite right with the way I was coming over in that video, and therefore took the time to check in. Well, had that been more serious for me, then that could have made a huge difference. So especially for those of us that are going to be working quite significantly or spending significant periods of time working from home and connecting virtually like this, where there's only minimal interaction really, because we don't have that physical person-to-person engagement. It's even more important to check out what you're seeing right in front of you, what you're hearing in tones of voice, and even whether somebody's got their camera on or not. So where am I going with that? It's my thought for the day, and I would encourage you, as you're checking in with those people in your care, whether you're a leader in a business or whether somebody you're checking in with in your peer group or even a friend. If you're doing that virtually, really notice what you're seeing. If it's on camera and if it's over the phone, listen really intently. What are you hearing and what are you not hearing? So what's different about that conversation that might need addressing? You never know, it could make somebody's life very different by you taking some positive action. So anyway, that's it for today. I wish you well. I often say things like, notice what you notice, and I'll leave that with you to ponder. I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.